Keith Thurman doing Keith Thurman-like things, pulling out of the fight with Tim Tszyu, huh? Biceps injury. They replaced him with Sebastian Fundora. The fight's still going to be on pay-per-view. We're going to talk about it all in this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. You don't realize he ain't here no more? All right, we can go back. Come on. And I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And please join the channel as a member too, man. We highly accurate with our exclusive content. Our exclusive content, for those y'all that don't know, is for our channel members. And we do fight predictions and fight breakdowns for every fight that week. And we get a lot of them right. We got them all right last week, man. So join the channel as a member. And if you want to debate, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. But let's get it cracking, bro. So Keith Thurman pulled out of the fight with Tim Tszyu because he had a bicep injury in camp leading up to the fight. They tried to get a secondary MRI to go forward with the fight, and the MRI revealed an injury serious enough to where no doctor would clear him to fight, so he had to pull out the fight. Look, man, I don't know whether or not Keith Thurman was going to beat Tim Tszyu. Now that that fight's not happening, I can inform y'all that I was picking Tim Tszyu to knock him the hell out and stop him. That was going to be my pick. But since the fight ain't happening, I can tell y'all that now. But what I will say about Keith Thurman, appreciate all the fights, man. Appreciate the great fights with Danny Garcia and the one you had with Sean Porter. Those two come to mind for sure. You know what I mean? But I think he done, y'all. And I know it's a couple of Keith Thurman fans left. My boy Bullet Gibson and Cassandra Mason. There's a couple of them left out here in the YouTube streets. I hate to say it, that ship done sailed, man. That ship done sailed. He too inactive. He too injury prone. And it's only a matter of time. He gonna sell his name to somebody though. He was about to sell his name to Tim Tszyu. I don't know how many more fights he got left on PBC, or if he gonna be with PBC for a long time or whatever for the rest of his career. But he about to sell his O to somebody, bro. Or not his O, he about to sell his big name to somebody, bro. So, you know, you hate it for Keith Thurman. Obviously, you don't want to see a fighter not being able to get their paydays and not being able to get their money and not make it to the fight. But when you fight once every 2 years and 4 times in 7 years and shit, when you go to camp, your body ain't used to that type of work, and you try and get ready, injuries like this shit gonna happen. So he's out the fight. Enter Sebastian Fundora. Now, there are some things that I like about this. Number one, Sebastian Fundora is far more active than Keith Thurman. He's far younger. He's closer to his prime. He's just an overall, what is this young man doing? He's just an overall better fight right now, in my opinion. Just not because he's a better fighter than Keith Thurman, but just because Keith Thurman been so inactive in his career that Sebastian Fundora is a better opponent because he's a more active fighter. So I like that. He's younger, hungrier, in my opinion. He got a lot to prove coming off of a knockout loss. Now we'll get to what I don't like about the fight. He's coming off a knockout loss to a guy in Brian Mendoza that Tim Tszyu just beat the hell up. Right? So I don't know if it's necessarily a good matchup for Sebastian Fundora. I don't know if this fight can be as competitive as the fight with Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. To be real with you, I ain't really broke it down yet, but you obviously got to favor Tim Tszyu in this matchup. One other thing I like about them putting Sebastian Fundora in for Keith Thurman is now this opens up the opportunity for this to be a unification fight, because Sebastian Fundora was already on the undercard fighting for the WBC belt that Jermell Charlo vacated. And the PBC has already petitioned to the WBC to allow the Fundora, and they petitioned to the WBO too. They're trying to get the WBO and the WBC to allow Tim Tszyu to put his belt on the line against Fundora, and for the WBC to allow their vacant WBC title to be on the line. So it will bring the division closer to doing what? Unifying again. You got Madrimov just won the WBA. Or I don't know, was the IBF or the WBA? I think it was the WBA. But you got him that he just won a belt. And then you have these two that could possibly be fighting for 2 belts. And there's only 1 belt out there. We get another undisputed champion at 154 pounds. So that's a good thing for them possibly fighting Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora. So I like that about it. But here's the main thing in this video, what I don't like. Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman wasn't a pay-per-view fight anyway, y'all. It was a real good card. With Rolly and Pitbull on it as the co-main. I think Elijah Garcia might be on the undercard. They got Erislandy Lara on there. I don't think, matter of fact, Elijah Garcia, I don't think he is on the undercard, but you had Sebastian Fundora on there. You had Erislandy Lara supposed to be on there. Supposed to be a whole lot of real good fights on the card, so I'm with that. But it already wasn't a pay-per-view card. We goddamn Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. Now enter Sebastian Fundora, coming off of a knockout loss to Brian Mendoza. A good feeling opponent. You know, he saves the card. But y'all still want to charge us for this shit, bro? You still want to charge us for Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora? Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora is like a Tim Tszyu Tony Harris. It's like a it's like a Sebastian Fundora Erickson Lubin. Or Erickson Lubin Jesus Ramos, bro. Real good fight. High level fight that diehards such as myself gonna get into. We gonna want to watch it. We gonna want to tune in. But $75? $75 is disrespectful not only to the fans, but it's disrespectful to your other pay-per-view fighters. Like, you want us to pay for Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora for the same price that we get probably Canelo versus Munguia? You want me to pay Sebastian Fundora, Tim Tszyu? I got to pay the same money I would pay for Tank Davis, Frank Martin? Now that shit, I can't get behind, bro. And I know PBC don't want to, but they need to go ahead and make this one of their free cards, bro. Make this one of your free cards. Get the marketing behind it. Because you don't have to pay Sebastian Fundora nowhere near what you were paying Keith Thurman. Tim Tszyu don't demand a big paycheck anyway. See what you can do with them Vegas live gates. And see what you can do to, you know what I'm saying? Do this one for the people, bro. That $75 that you making ain't gonna do shit. You gonna sell 50,000 to 100,000 pay-per-views. And yeah, you might pocket some money, but them ain't the type of numbers you wanna do. And show the fans that you care, bro. Show us that you're listening to us, man. You know this shit ain't no pay-per-view fight. This is a regular fight. And in the Golden Age, real talk, Tim Tszyu versus Sebastian Fundora belong on the undercard of a Canelo Munguia or Tank Davis and Frank Martin or some shit. Like, it's a good fight for a main event on a regular fight. But if it is on a pay-per-view card, if you is going to put Tim Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora on a pay-per-view card, then they the co-main event, bro. They ain't the main event. So that's the only thing, bro, that I don't like about it. I hate that they still trying to put that shit on pay-per-view. Now, I don't know if they're in their agreement with Amazon Prime that they got to put it on pay-per-view because they already done agreed to put it on pay-per-view for this first fight. But if there's any way to take this fight off pay-per-view, it'd be a damn good look. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below, smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace out.